What were you learning from upperclassmen? Back to your sport. What were you learning from them? You mentioned that you were taking everything in. What are some of the pointers you learned from these very talented upperclassmen that could help you in your transition? Of course, not just hitting and the tough pitching that I'm sure you had to face in fall ball and scrimmages and whatnot. By the way, what did you call your scrimmages? I know they have, Penn State, they have the blue white, they have
Mm.
whatever. What did you call them? Was there a certain name?
No,
No,
it was just right. We just
just
had
inner
an
squad.
inter squad. Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
too crazy. I do think something cool that we did with scrimmages was the scrimmaging can kind of be like a little boring, especially when you have
Yeah.
the number 1 and 2 pitcher in the country on your same dang team. Um,
Yeah, right, right.
we had actually had a performance psychologist teach us this. It was a completely different point system. So it wasn't just when you score a run you get a point. It was like, all right, if a batter wins a 3-2 count, it's 2
Mhm.
points. If a pitcher wins a 3-2 count, 2 points. If the outfield gets off the field in X amount of time, points. If it was like all these like little just what the threads that make up the game. You
Mhm.
all of a sudden, so the score might be like 67-20 or 35, whatever it is, but you had all these different areas that you could win within the game besides just, okay, let's score a run. And I thought that was like a very neat change to your traditional scrimmages.
And I wonder too if that would actually fit with players' singularity as well. You get points personally, and then of course you get points for your team. That would work, I think, very well in spring training at
Yes,
for
yes.
professional teams and major league teams. I think they should adopt that. They should listen to this podcast. So, yeah, I keep telling everybody they should listen to the Lab Epstein hitting podcast as well.
Yep.
You know, we talk about real coaching points with coaching here and real hitting points on the other one.
Hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, as
It's
far as
obvious. Got to listen to our show. Listen
there
to
you
our
go.
shows.
Yeah, so it again, that was just like a different thing. And then as far as learning from the upperclassmen, I
Mhm.
was so fortunate. We had 5 seniors who had started, were like, because you have some people who are kind of like stay in their lane, and then you have some people who want to take people under their wing, want to pour everything into younger athletes. And we just had a very neat leadership spread. So we had somebody who was taking underclassmen to go hit extra, another one who was kind of acting like the mom, inviting them over for dinner, another one who was talking to them about the mental game. And I mean, I think at the time I was so grateful, but I remember thinking, you're not going to realize how valuable this is until
Yeah.
years later. And sure enough, like, I still think back to that. They didn't have to do that, but they were trying to plant seeds into the program and make sure that they left the program better than the way they found it. And I just think that's so cool.